Hey, hi, hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to Harmony Portal Tarot Live. How is everybody this Woo Woo Wednesday? I was explaining in last night's live stream how the week between Christmas and New Year's always just feels like this weird nebulous void of time. Like we're out of time and space. I don't know. Is that just a me thing? It just feels so. I'm not going into a physical office or anything like that. My kids are home for the holidays. So, like, I don't know. It just feels so, I don't know, vast and cool. I like it. I like it. How is everybody? Welcome, welcome. Check on in if you're here. Let us know you're here. Today we're going to be doing a free one card pull, and I actually probably should head over to my, what do you call it? My YouTube so I can log into the right account and actually share this live stream because it is the holidays. I do anticipate it being a more quiet, calm, cool, collected live stream than maybe normal. But we do have one donation that actually came in during last night's live stream. I think Sandy thought we were doing readings last night, but we were actually doing our 2024, I was calling it the 2024 tarot event last night. And it was really fun. We pulled cards, those of us that were here, we pulled cards for our 2024 month to month. And it was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun anyway. Let's see. Get to the right account here. So go to subscriptions. There it is. Okay, share. Sorry guys, it might take me just a second to get the word out. We're here. We're here. Because not all of you actually get notified. Some of you do, some of you don't, some of you do sometimes, some of you don't other times. I don't know what it is. YouTube's playing a game with us all. All right, share, create a post on The Done Creative. We are live. Come get a free card. You get a card, you get a card, you get a card. We are live. Come get a free card. Okay, post. All right, the word is out, at least on one of my other platforms, so. Hopefully that'll drum up a bit of business over here so we can actually have people to do a free one card pull for. Wouldn't that be something? Michelle's here. Hello. Is this Michelle Lynn Michelle, or is this a different Michelle? Or is this Michelle De Leon Michelle? We have a few Michelles in the, I don't know what we want to call ourselves, the Harmony Portal Tarot friend tribe. It is Michelle Lynn. I had a feeling. Lynn squad. We've got the Lynn squad here. We've got Brandy Lynn and Michelle Lynn. Yeah, Nellie's here. Hi, Nellie. Yeah, see, YouTube's lying and saying there's one person. That's what they're showing me. One person's here, but I'm talking to 3 people right now. So, I don't know about you, YouTube, making things up over here. Hang out for a while the girl has a dentist appointment at 2:30 Eastern. Oh, nice. Dentists can either be really anxiety inducing or really calming, depending who you are and why you're there. A cleaning is much less anxiety inducing than, say, getting a root canal. That would not be fun. I've just been super thirsty the past few days. Anyone else? I don't know what it is. Anyway, last night we had fun, at least I did, going through, at least in my journal here, I pulled cards for, this is my list of notes for the cards that I pulled for my writing career. And I, before that live stream, actually went through and did like a personal life reading for 2024. And I broke it down by month. Another way you could do this, which is the way I used to do it on my pick of cards, is to break your year down in quarters. So quarter one would be January, February, March, and then just every 3 months after that. That's kind of how the format for the pick of cards that I would do the past few years on the Done Creative and Harmony Portal Tarot. But this, I just thought, yeah, let's do it. And then after I pulled the December card, I'm like, well, what's the underlying energy? And it was the Knight of Pentacles. So slow and steady. So my personal life looks pretty good. And also for the writing career stuff, we did have, what was it? The 5 of Swords in August. But August is kind of a limbo time, between all the kids' sports camps and different things, and just trying to get things ready with school shopping and everything, get the kids back to school. So it's always kind of a busy transitional month. Same with June. But for June, I have the Queen of Cups for my writing career, which feels good. Feels good. Yeah. Oh, it's a checkup, so it should be cool. Awesome. That's awesome. So when I get these spreads finished, I even left myself a page free here after to write in more detailed notes about what each card means or what I think it might mean for specifically that month. And because I know April's also another busy month with baseball, basketball is wrapping up. I think basketball ends toward the end of April for my oldest anyway. So we've got basketball, baseball, soccer for my youngest, and also baseball for my youngest. So there's 4 sports between the 2 kids. They're both in 2 sports, from like late March or to early April. And Wrigley's goes through mid-March for soccer, but then baseball will continue through June. So I already know year to year, April through June is very busy, very busy. We have other sports going on pretty much year round or sports camps or what have you, but it's usually 1 per kid at a time. It's just April through June, we've usually got overlap with 2 different sports. So, and we've asked, do you just want to pull back and do 1? And they're like, no, we love it all. So I'm like, okay, as long as they're not stressed, I'll try not to be stressed as well. Easier said than done sometimes, but yes, I will finish those spreads and then I'll share them most likely not before Friday's live stream, just because that's a lot to accomplish with some of the other stuff that I have to do. I have to get my chapter 1 for my book 2 out to my critique group so that they have ample time before our July. They would have ample time for January 7th. And I even said in the live stream last night that I use the word July for January and the word January for July or June. Like those J months, I always say the wrong one. I don't know what it is. Oh, you'll send you an email with photos of your year spread when things settle down. Oh, that would be so fun. Yeah, I said on the live last night that if you did want to share pictures of, if you are going and pulling a card for each of your months and then, making it on a poster board or in the notes app on your phone or, in a bullet journal like I've done here, or I'm attempting to do anyway. I would love to see it if you feel so inclined to share. So fun. No sports here, but June through August kiddos are attached to mama, right? Yep. Same here. We try to get them things to be, so we're not just at home for those 3 months. So we do different sports camps and swim lessons and all that kind of fun stuff during the summer to keep us not so fully booked that we don't get time off, because I think summer is a great time of year to just take it easy and unwind. It's kind of interesting because as a Libra ascendant, I think I'm just kind of built backwards anyway. But then wintertime is so productive for me. I don't know what it is. It's normally hibernation vibes for a lot of people, but that's when I really thrive in getting back end work done as far as admin type work or planning, plotting. Even a lot of the writing that I've done has been over the winter months. If you count November's, December's, January's, the bulk of the books that I've written, books 1 and 2 in my series, were all written during those kind of more wintry months. So I don't know if that's just me or, but summer, I like to take it as easy as possible. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Hey, AJ, welcome. All right, so we've got a few people here. We might as well start our free 1 card poll. Hopefully we gave everybody enough time. And sorry, my nose is just on this faucety drip all day. I did have a tissue up here. I don't know what I did with it. But the other 3 have been sick for about a week. So there's been a lot of really deep, rattly coughs going on with the 3 guys in my house. The dogs are fine. I seem to be fine, except a few headaches here and there, but hopefully I don't get the big cough. And if I'd have gotten it, I'm sure I'd have gotten it by now, because both of my kids are addicted to my water bottle specifically. It has to be my water bottle. They can't just go fill up a cup of water. It has to be my water bottle. Yeah. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and what deck are we going to use for our free 1 card pull today? Let's go with the Shamanic Medicine deck. Okay, so if you would like a free 1 card pull, maybe 2 cards, we'll see how it goes here, because there's not that many people and it's, kind of a holiday week. So I didn't anticipate we'd be super, super busy today. So let's do a free 2 card pull. How's that sound? Yeah. So put a 555 in the chat if you would like a free 2 card pull. 2-card pull. And I'm going to take another drink of water. Just so thirsty. All right, we're starting with Michelle. Let's get Michelle. Card 1 is Earth with Nurture. Ooh, I love the symbolism on this. Like the seed has sprouted, and wow, so cool. Okay, one more card for Michelle. And I have Flute with Expression. So it's almost like you are nurturing your self-expression, whatever that looks like. For some people, that looks like playing an instrument. For other people, that looks like some big artistic movement of a big painting or a writing project. For others of you, out there, it might be looking more like just being able to communicate exactly how you're feeling or what you're thinking. But for Michelle, what I really see with this is you being able to take the time and the space that you need to, if there are certain things you used to do that you just don't have time for, you're now making the time. And if you're still kind of like scratching your head, like, I don't know what I'd want to do or what I'd be interested in, this could be a really great time, Michelle, to brainstorm where, or what you would want to do and how much time and effort you'd want it to devote to that. All right. Because there's a lot of ways we can express ourselves. It doesn't just have to be through words or communication in that regard. All right, Nellie, let's get Nellie 2 cards. Valerie, welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. So Nellie, we have here Drum with Awaken. Very spiritual energy with that drum card. And the East, Emergence. Wow, so your spiritual senses or like gifts are emerging. You're allowing them to come forth in a way bigger than what you've ever experienced in the past. And this can take place over, I see almost like the course of a year. It doesn't all just have to happen, in a day or a week or a month. This is like emerging over time and things are starting to grow or build upon themselves. And I do think this might even have to do with your love life or, things with your person. They're slowly emerging. It's not just an all or nothing kind of thing. It's very slow and steady. And that's such a beautiful energy because that usually is the most sustainable energy for anything we're trying to create or expand or build in our lives. Beautiful. All right. You're welcome, Michelle. Absolutely. All right, Valerie. Let's get Valerie's cards. And for Valerie, we have Vision Quest with Seek and Water with Expression. So there's a few different expression cards in here. I love that. So this Vision Quest card is all about seeking. So this could be a very introspective time for you, Valerie, where you are really, much like we were talking about in Michelle's reading, just doing some soul searching or I love the little box or kind of like, I don't know what you want to call it, like a lunch box almost, or a little box there next to her that we don't know what's in there. And that's the beauty of this, I think, for you, Valerie, is just expressing yourself in a way that you're tuning deeper into who you are. So it's like you're uncovering almost like hidden talents, hidden gifts, hidden emotions, hidden ideas, and bringing them to the surface with this water card here. And water is very fluid. It's very flowy. It's very, emotional. So a lot of times a big emotional outburst or a big, emotional letdown or blow up of some kind can really lead to a breakthrough. And that's really what I see with this. So this to me feels like past energy. It doesn't have to be something that's happening now, but as a result of past emotional, like big, I'm saying like big crescendo of emotion. So whether that's happy emotions, sad emotions, you're utilizing these to be able to better express yourself. All right. That's what I've been wanting to do. Lots of introspection, hoping for big growth. Yes, it's coming. It's on the way, Valerie. That's very exciting. Brandy Lynn, let's get Brandy Lynn some cards. And AJ, if you're still here, put a 555 in the chat. I'll pull you some free cards. 2 free cards. Brandy Lynn, tuning into Brandy Lynn's energy. We have these 2 right here. Ooh, we have Rattle with Disperse and East with Emergence. So you're going to be able to shake loose or kind of, anytime I pull this card, I know it's a rattle, and we've got a snake with a rattler, like a rattlesnake here. But every time I pull this card, I see like a dog shaking fleas or water off its back. Just the things that are unneeded, unnecessary. You're going to be able to suss them out, find them, and be able to shake them off. Or I'm seeing like the Taylor Swift song, Shake It Off. And I was actually, it's weird because that song, I'm not like a big Swiftie. I mean, there are some songs of hers I like, but I don't like purposely seek it out. If it finds me, that's cool. But the song Shake It Off kept coming into my awareness earlier as I was cleaning up my kitchen. And this could just be, like they say in that song, haters gonna hate. What else? Players gonna play. So it's all about remaining center and connected to your values and just allowing other people to do what they're gonna do because you can't change their mind anyway. And this doesn't feel like your children's energy or anything like that, but just adults out there. Maybe they're just not living their life in alignment the way you would live, and just shaking it off. But you're also going to, as a result of clearing some of this energy here, Brandy Lynn, you're making room for something that you actually do want to experience or people you do want to connect with. And it doesn't mean you have to cut anyone out of your life, but just sometimes setting those boundaries or just kind of pulling your energy back from certain groups or connections or communications where people are maybe just. And something that kind of came up for me is I didn't even hear about it until way after the fact, but there was this big Goodreads controversy with debut authors this year. Oh man, I can't remember her name. I think it was Kate something. Was a debut author this year with which book? I already forgot. I just learned about it yesterday. I already forgot. I don't know if you've heard about that controversy, but she basically created all these fake accounts, really upped the rating on her debut book, and downplayed the rating on like 5 or 6 other debut authors and one who had first published in 2021 but was with the same publishing company or through the same publisher. And somebody, I can't remember who it was, but they sussed out that there's something not quite right here and did some investigation and pointed it back to this Kate. I think her last name starts with a C. Yeah. But I was like, whoa, I didn't even know about this. But people, and it sounded like with some of the NetGalley reviews that the book, people either loved it or hated it, this debut author's book. So she could have found her, readership of people that love this book without having to hype up her own book. Like, I think what she created probably could have stood on its own, but she didn't have that, just like, what's the word? Just confidence, I guess, in her work. So she had to like break others down to try to make herself look better, which is never good. So you might be just kind of distancing yourself from people or platforms or places that are just a little shady in the values department. That's kind of what I'm trying to get at here. And that might even occur over between now and February, is what I see timeline wise. And, another perfect example is what happened with, the grooming in the message boards on NaNoWriMo's site. I mean, I didn't even know that was going on until they sent the email and then you were talking about it. I'm like, whoa, what's happening here? I just want to write some words, people. But yeah, there might be just you deciding where you want to stand with something like that. Yeah, she did sound very insecure. And, my heart, like, I had empathy for her at the same time as just all this is going on with, I can't remember the name of the creator. I just watched like a 20-minute video about it. And I'm like, I didn't even know this was going on. And I don't even know how I found it. It was just like in my recommended homepage on YouTube. I was like, what is happening? But good to know that, and I guess that you can't go in and undo the damage she did. So these poor creators who she downrated are needing help being built back to just a good starting point. Because a lot of these books I think all of these books are actually not even published until 2024. I mean, I think the arcs are out and everything, but these don't even hit the shelves till 2024, and they're already like rated low because of her. It's like, that's not fair. All right, let's get Amber a card. I know I went a little in depth, but I went off on tangent. Amber, let's get Amber A 2 cards. We have your Dream Weaver with accessibility and Trickster with challenge. Ooh, I actually love this. It's a very dualistic energy. So where you are finding these challenges or people trying to play you, Amber, you're going to see right through it and be able to, it's almost like you're rolling up at a red light, but it turns green before you can even stop. And then as you build your momentum, you're just hitting, the lights are turning green well before you get to the intersection, and you're just going to be able to go. So there's something that you may have been feeling very held back through it before, that you're now able to just move right on through. And wow, I mean, that's powerful, because when we don't have all these roadblocks in our way, we can really build that momentum like that snowball rolling down the hill, getting bigger and gaining faster speed and more momentum. That's really the energy I see here with you coming up. Probably these next 3 months is what I see. You breaking through any challenges or tricky energies that are very hard to read. You're going to be able to see right through them and gain access to the abilities, the resources, whatever it is that you need to move forward. You're gonna gain that. So cool. We're getting some really powerful messages here today, guys. I'm excited. All right, let's get a card for AJ. AJ's cards. 1 card, 2 cards. 1 card is Reclamation with Soul Retrieval. Wow, you might be doing some healing. We got like a shaman energy here with some feathers, or I think those are feathers. Maybe that's just like energy movement. So we've got that Reclamation card. 1 more for AJ. Anything else for AJ? And Emergence. This card is just coming out over and over again today. So with this Emergence card and the Reclamation, this emergence, it feels like it's coming from deep within you. Very spiritual energy, may I add. And you don't have to go to any shaman or practitioner to get access to this emergence of, reclamation of pieces of your soul that maybe you shut down as a child because you felt like, well, that's weird. No one else does that. I probably should stop doing that. And that's something like a personal journey I've even been on, is just trying to discover who I was before the world told me not to be that way. And it's such a powerful move. So you might be doing something like this where you're just reclaiming and emerging forward with those reclaimed parts of yourself in a big way. And people might be like, wow, you've changed. You just glow. You're lighting up. You're very different, but like in a good way. And yes, it's awesome. Love that. All right, let's get Rita a card. Hello, Rita. It's been a while. Welcome back. Rita. Get Rita's cards. Okay, what does Rita need to know? This one and this one. Okay. So we have Crystals with Amplification and Great Mystery with Trust. I love this card. Look how beautiful. Purple and yellow. Like, that's probably one of my like power like couples of colors. I love yellow and purple together. That's why my whole office is yellow and purple with blues and greens and whatever else. But those are my main colors. I love it. Wow. So you are amplifying your ability to see through any illusion or lies, like human lie detector. Let's just call Rita the human lie detector for the next few months. That's what this energy feels like. But also anything that's been a mystery, or just like something from your past, you're like, I never knew what happened to that person, or I wonder why this happened and then they like ghosted me, or whatever it is. Any mystery that's been looming over your life, whether this looks like discovering like hidden ancestry, family secrets, just anything that's been like a big question mark over your head, possibly for a great deal of your life, you're going to be discovering the truth of the situation over these next few months, Rita. This is huge. So this isn't just going to be some head scratcher where like, I wonder what she's talking about. You will know over these next few months exactly what this is talking about when it happens. All right. Always saw right through it, but now I'm also able to easily move through it. I love that. And you are most welcome, Amber. Thanks for hanging out with us. Linda, welcome, Linda. Merry Christmas. Hope everyone have a wonderful, fabulous Christmas. Those that celebrate. All right, Linda, let's get Linda's cards. And if you're just joining us, put a 555 in the chat to get 2 free cards today. We're doing 2 free cards. 2 free cards. All right, Linda. We've got 1 and 2 for Linda. Ooh, we have North with Solitude and the Medicine Wheel with Continuation. So you're going to continue to work or move on some goal, some plan. And I can't help but notice this like concentric circles here in both of these cards. So there might be a cycle or something that you keep doing over and over, either without meaning to or doing it on purpose, either way. But you're seeing it full circle, or you're seeing it through to the very end, and something like possibly is coming full circle to where you can close out this cycle for good. This to me feels like something that's at the very least annoying to you, if not more on the frustration end of that spectrum. You're going to be able to finish this thing once and for all, whatever it is. Something that's, mildly annoying, or maybe even veering into territory of just absolute frustration for you, is closing out. And at the same time, this is very like Wheel of Fortune energy too. So you're turning over a new leaf where your luck and your like good karma coming back to you is concerned. It feels really exciting in that regard as well. All right. And just a reminder, we do only have 1 donation thus far that I know of. So the donation list today is going to be very short, and we're going to get to it pretty quick today. Yeah, that's the only one I have, is actually from last night. Sandy donated last night. I think she thought we were doing readings last night when technically we were doing readings, but was kind of each of us doing our own reading. And if you missed our 2024 planning, productivity, whatever we're calling that live stream, that happened last night. You can check the replay. It should be on my page by now or somewhere in your subscription feed, maybe. You're welcome, Linda. Absolutely. All right, Brianna, if you want a card or two, put a 555 in the chat. And anyone else that's just joining us, and this will be probably the last call for that. So anyone that doesn't get their numbers in between now and maybe the next 2 to 3 minutes, we're going to move into our only donation for the day, which would be just Sandy. And I'll be timestamping that because I don't know that she's here. Pika Lee! Happy Christmas. Hope you had a wonderful holiday. Let's get Pika Lee her cards. And we have here Earth with Nurture. Very self-care vibes in this card as well, I might add. Let's get one more for Pika Lee. Oop, here we go. And it fell. So this energy that just fell, this card, may be a bit slippery. So what is it? Okay. It is slippery. It fell again. Completion with Shaman. Again with the concentric circles in both of these cards, like we had with Linda's 2 cards. We got them here and here. So there might be something you're trying to complete that's a bit slippery, like it keeps falling through the cracks or slipping through your fingers, or maybe time is a factor and you're not able to do it. But you're gonna eventually, through maybe taking a step back, being able to do some self-love, self-care, nurturing yourself, nurturing whoever else is in this situation, nurturing them or seeing them in a very nurturing light or through a nurtured lens, is gonna be able to help you complete some cycle or something that feels maybe not so great. You're gonna be able to complete that and be able to move on, much like we got for Linda's message. So yeah, you're moving through it and you're gonna be able also to take care of yourself through whatever's going on. All right, so, oh, Brianna also donated, and let's get her 2 cards. And my email has not been updating me or letting me know these things, but you know, Mercury retrograde is always a fun time. All right, Brianna's cards are Shapeshifter with Perspective and Sea Creatures with Immersion. Isn't this not the coolest card? Oh, so cool. I love it. So you're going to be able to immerse yourself in like a more spiritual or higher perspective. And this is actually such a gift. I really see this combination as such a gift for anybody who's on a more spiritual or like self-development type path. This is such a gift that's being given to you from the universe or your spirit, or Mama Monica's pulling some strings beyond the veil. That's what this feels like to me, is you really being able to immerse yourself in something that is going to change your life for the better. And you're not going to get bored with it or tired out, you know, over the next weeks or months that you're working on whatever this is. And again, it feels very, if it's not about you, it's something you're creating and manifesting and trying to create or birth into the world. And you're going to have proper time, energy, to really devote yourself to whatever this practice or this project is, to really see some fruit of your labor or major results when this is all said and done. So let's give a big round of applause for Brianna, because that's some big stuff that she's going to be doing. Oh, deep shadow work is rewarding me. There you go. Those are so spot on. I just love it when they resonate with you guys. Oh, so cool. So cool. And Brianna says she's donated as well. So I'm going to check PayPal, because Sandy, I don't know that she's actually here because she actually donated last night. So her donation is actually kind of a holdover, because we weren't doing readings last night. But I think she thought we were, because I've never done a live stream here on this channel that wasn't me doing readings, except I did last night. So I might have confused her or some of the others that were like, what is she doing? What's this 2024 tarot event? I don't get it. So the donation list we currently have with just Sandy, I will timestamp hers. But let me log in over on PayPal and see what's going on. And then I actually had PayPal doing this thing where they were having a couple of pending payments that were then declined or canceled. And I don't know what's that's about. Two clients that have been coming here pretty regularly have had that happen. So hopefully this is just something on PayPal's end. I'm assuming. I've never had issues with these lovely people doing this before, so I'm gonna assume this is PayPal's doing. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that, but hopefully we're good for today. Let's see. Yes, Brianna, 1 card read, and we're gonna just get right into that for you right now. How's that sound? One card read for Brianna, and she wants to know advice from her ancestors on how she should use these energies from this past weekend for, I gotta click on it so I can read the rest of it. Oh, for the rest of my lifetime. Wow, what a big question. I love this though. Let's see. So, advice for Brianna, tuning in Brianna's lovely energy, advice from her ancestors on how she should use these energies from this past weekend for the rest of her lifetime. Let's find out who we have here. Ooh, the Four of Wands. It's like happy life, weddings, home life, and also a big thing with the Four of Wands is about signing contracts and talking about all the shadow work that you've gone through that's been rewarding you. It's almost like you've signed new soul contracts for yourself, for a happier life, for a less stressful life, for something that you feel this deep sense of accomplishment in what you're doing. But advice and guidance, how she should use these energies. I would definitely say advice for how to utilize these energies from your ancestors would be to create a sanctuary out of your home. And if you live with other people, of course, it can be difficult, especially those shared spaces with other people, to just have your complete signature on a place like that. But if you do live alone, it's perfect opportunity to make your whole home a sanctuary and make it just exactly you. But if you don't have that ability because you're living with other people or what have you, oh, you literally did that yesterday. I love that. That's so cool. You're living with other people, of course, if you have a bedroom to yourself or an office to yourself or a closet to yourself, or even just a dresser top for yourself, make the most of what you do have in your home space to create a sanctuary or an altar or just something that feels very much in alignment with you and who you are. Bye, Brandy Lynn. Have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll see you Friday, maybe. All right. How to best utilize these energies for Brianna. We have the Knight of Pentacles. So slow and steady. And it's very interesting because normally we have like the carrot in front of the horse. Like the horse is always forever reaching for that carrot that they will never attain, never get, but they're continuing to go and go and go. Well, this little mouse or whatever, rabbit, I think it's rabbit, he's not holding this carrot on a stick in front of this horse. He's got it right here. He's like, when you need to nibble off this carrot, you let me know and we'll get it going for you. So this is almost like you have this undisclosed or unseen support system around you as you work toward your goals. And there may be times, Brianna, where you are like in the flow, in the zone, where you're, kicking butt and taking names and really making things happen. And then on the flip side of that, where it feels like everything has just stopped and gone stagnant and gone cold. And the advice that your ancestors are bringing through about, especially those times that you feel like crickets, like where has all the excitement gone? I don't know what my next steps are. Just call on your spirit team, whatever that looks like for you personally, because they are there. They're already there, but you just calling on them can make you feel that connection a little stronger. And there are moments of time during our lives that it's okay to take a rest or for things to feel almost unmoving. I think it's a really good thing to counterbalance all that action, action, action. We do need breaks and times off. So if you're not already, Brianna, scheduling time off for yourself here and there throughout the year, throughout the month, whatever it looks like for you, that's a priority for you, is to make sure you're balancing all of this forward momentum and work with also resting yourself or allowing yourself that time to rest. Let's get a shamanic medicine card as well before we close out Brianna's reading. So slow and steady will win you the race. You don't have to, if you're feeling in the flow, sky's the limit. Just keep going with that. But if there are times where you're feeling a little held back or a little stuck, a little stagnant, give yourself some grace through those times. And here it is. I feel it. I see it. Can I easily get it? Yes. Here we go. Lower world with the past. So there's a lot of things that happened in your past that you may still personally feel are holding you back. This could even be past lives. It doesn't even just have to be stuff in this life. But this is letting me know that you're going to be able in this incarnation for the rest of your life to move through anything from your past that you deem at this point in time, Brianna, is holding you back. You're going to be able to move through it, or at the very least, make peace with it. And if not, make peace with it. You'll actually alchemize any traumas, wounds, rejections, resentments, all the negative things that we experience in life from your past. You're going to take those things and alchemize them into something that's actually going to be a source of abundance and beauty for yourself. So that could look like someone channeling their childhood trauma into like the next great American novel or something like that. That's like I don't know, word. Like, I just want to shake with excitement. Like, this is huge. This is not just some, oh, ho hum, I'll get to it later, right? That sounds fun, whatever. Like, this is like life purpose level energy here. And you have the support of your ancestors with you as you make these big waves, big shifts, big changes. And even at the times when you have to pull back and take care of yourself and feel like maybe things are being kind of, what's the word? Words are hard for me today. I don't know what it is. It's almost like they're, life support isn't the right word, but it's like it's a well-oiled machine. Things are running, things are maintaining. There's the word, maintaining. But they're not like elevating, elevate, elevate, elevate. It's okay to have those times where you're just maintaining what you've already built. And there will be seasons of life where that's the case because you do need some time off and time to just be a human being, not a human doing, you know? So give yourself some grace, especially in those times when you're maintaining what you've already built before you jump up and leap up into that stratosphere with all these amazing plans and ideas you have. Because yes, they are absolutely attainable. But slow and steady will get you there. You don't have to do it all now. You know what I mean? You are literally speaking from my mind. Yay! Well, bookmark this reading. We just ended at 35:58 timestamp. Wait, okay. Now my time is not going, like normally it counts up. It's just like stuck. So I don't know. That was the timestamp I saw. It's now stuck at 36:10. So who knows? Normally it just keeps ticking, but it's like stuck. And very interesting, very fitting for your reading here. How we say there might be times where you feel like you're stuck or kind of in maintenance mode with stuff, but a lot of times these kind of more quiet, withdrawn times are going to act as that trampoline to leap you to the next level. You know what I mean? Because we can't be busy, 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 busy and take enough time and everything that we need to be able to just skyrocket ourselves. Yeah, we're buffering. Darn it. Hopefully the replay of this will come out flawlessly. Usually it does, but sometimes we do have those weird skips and gaps because of the buffering. And my apologies for that. Hopefully we did get the gist of what you got here. No, I mean, that's how it feels in my life. Oh, buffering. Gotcha. Oh, funny, you wrote loaf. It's like the wrong spelling of LOAF, like a loaf. But sometimes when you feel like you're buffering or like things aren't moving forward, like, oh, I feel like a loaf. Oh, yay, I'm so glad you enjoyed that. Yeah, and I think that is such a, like, I don't know, memo to keep in the back of your back pocket for the rest of your life is just don't have to do everything all the time at maximum capacity forever. There are going to be those ebbs and flows in your personal life, in your business, in your love life, in just all areas of life. For most people, that's the case, and that's okay. And just reminding yourself it's okay because it is. All right. Yay! All right. So I'm going to double check our donation list, but we're still doing our giveaway. We're still doing our perpetual drawing over here. And Pika Lee has just donated. Thanks for letting me know. We're going to get into that for Pika Lee. Yes, full read for Pika Lee. And let's see if they actually emailed me your question. Oh, good. They did. They did not email me Brianna's, but I have Pika Lee right here. Okay. So first off, I have to thank you many, many times over for my last read. I had ask about my relationship. I was patient with him, and when I finally got to see him after so long, all was forgiven, and we got to talk and reconnect. Oh, that's so good. I can tell his trip and tribulation had a big impact on him, and I feel like we got even closer than we were before. So thank you for this reading. I want to know what's in store for us next year, and is there any word of guidance, advice regarding our relationship and spiritual growth? Awesome. We have also a donation coming in from AJ, so I will take care of you next, AJ. But let's get into this for Pika Lee. And you are most welcome. I got chills again. I just had this, like, don't give up, don't let this go. This is so beautiful, and there's so much here that if you walked away now, that you would miss out on this beauty that is ready and ripe for the taking for you. And yay! I'm so glad. So yes, let's see first and foremost what is in store for you this next year with your relationship specifically. Pika Lee. Aw. 10 of Pentacles, anybody? We have this little guy. He's all dressed up. There might be some weddings or big events like that. Even could be like work parties or It's some sort of celebratory event, though. This doesn't just feel like a gathering for the sake of gathering. It feels like there's a purpose behind this gathering. Could be someone's anniversary, someone's birthday, a wedding you're attending together. This really does feel like there's going to be a lot to celebrate between the two of you this coming year, and just a building of a foundation. Because the Ten of Pentacles, this is like legacy energy. This is lifetime, lifelong, and even after you're gone, kind of legacy energy here that you're going to be laying the brickwork for this year. And you've probably already started in 2023 as well. But his birthday's in May, and June will mark 1 year together. There you go. So there might be something that you're planning around your either his birthday or your anniversary together, or somewhere in between there, that feels like a celebration. It could even be like a trip away together. Very fun. But let's see. I want to go back to your questions so I can get all the nuance of these questions within question here. Yes, so in store for the two of you next year, we've already got that nice Ten of Pentacles here, but then we have the Ten of Wands. So it's interesting. Life always wants to throw a wrench in the things that are beautiful. Like, that's just how it is. So this is letting me know, and this doesn't feel exactly related to your relationship. This feels more like life itself, just also continuing on and moving forth. Time marches on. When you just want to be in this lovey-dovey space together, but like you both have work, you both have, family and other commitments that are pulling you away, and you just wish that you could spend more time with your person, but like life. And that's kind of what this feels like. Oh my God, you talked about going to Canada next spring. Well, maybe you're going to Canada next spring. Very exciting. But I love the tens here because these indicate, endings within endings, but also new beginnings as a result of certain endings. So I do see that either one or both of you may be changing career paths or shifting jobs. And that might cause just a bit of chaos for a minute, because leaving a job and then starting another job can be very stressful, even when you're excited about it. Because I do get a sense of, look at who wouldn't want all this good, sugary, loving fun? Like, who wouldn't? But sometimes moderation is key. And he's maybe just a little, wow, this is a lot. I'm grateful for all of this, but like, it's a lot all at once. Like, that's what this feels like. Specifically with the career, or within one or the other or both of your careers this coming year, a few days from now, that calendar year of 2024, just may be very busy with career shifts and changes, which can be good, but stressful. And let's see, any guidance or advice regarding your relationship and spiritual growth? Woo. Slippery energy. So Page of Swords. So there's definitely a lot of communication coming in. But just make sure, because, slippery energy, it's falling to the floor, that you're making your point. And, sometimes certain nuance to communication can be lost in translation through text or email, or, when you're not face to face, you don't have like body language part of the communication that's there to support what you're trying to get across. So there could even be a bit of, misunderstanding, or just making sure that I don't want to say over communicating, but just make sure you're thoroughly communicating to where he understands where you're coming from, and even asking bonus questions to him when he says, I'm feeling this way. Just ask more fact-finding questions to him if he's not going to just come right out and say certain things. Because it's almost like I'm getting with his energy that sometimes he feels almost embarrassed or just shy of being vulnerable in certain ways. But then in other ways, he completely surprises you and just shares such deep parts of himself that you're just like, wow, this is amazing. But then there's other things he communicates that maybe you're not getting the full picture, because he feels maybe a little shy or a little too vulnerable or a little too embarrassed about like admitting that, man, when you said that, it kind of hurt my feelings, or this is such a big deal to me, and you just kind of made it feel like it wasn't that big of a deal. So just being very diligent, both of you, but because you're the one watching this reading, just to make sure you are crossing all of your T's and dotting all of your I's in communication, to where nothing can slip through the cracks. And even then, it still will, because, human nature is to, a lot of times we'll assume something before we get the actual answer, or we'll get the answer, and then because of the answer we got, we'll assume all these things instead of actually asking the person, well, what did you mean by that? A lot of that heartbreak and mental just chewing gum can be avoided by just asking a follow-up question. And I think this is great advice for any person in any kind of relationship, but especially in a romantic connection. key relationship advice right there. Yeah, going to be busy next year, and great advice and resonates so much. Oh my God, so relatable, right? And as far as spiritual progress together, I want to tune a little more into that. Ooh, yeah. Queen of Pentacles. So it is going to be a very bringing the spiritual into the material world kind of energy for both of you next year. And maybe even going to places that are deemed more spiritual, like, you know, maybe the place in Canada that he wants to go has some sort of spiritual, yeah, I don't know, place in the area, or some sort of vortex or something like that, or just the energy of going on this trip feels like a spiritual experience because, I mean, Canada is absolutely breathtakingly beautiful. And I, living in Montana, am like so closely connected to the Canadian border. Up where I grew up was 30 miles from Canada, and just such beauty to behold. It almost feels like a spiritual experience. So it could be something as simple as that, or just the fact that you just grow so close together as a result of putting in the work in both of your spiritual paths and also intermingling or crossing spiritual paths together. Doing spiritual practices together can be very key into bringing you even closer together than you already are. So very cool. Let's see, where did I put my, there. Shamanic medicine cards, anything Pika Lee and her person need to know for the next year. Yeah, birth with renewal. So again, birthday is kind of what's coming up. So there might be just this renewed sense of excitement, passion, inspiration, happiness, connection, closeness around his birthday, and even going into your anniversary month of June. Almost said January. Me messing up the J months. Yeah, but also in January, because I almost said January. So there could even be just this renewal to the relationship or level up in the relationship in January as well. Oh wow, I've always wanted to go and can't wait to finally take in the beauty. Yeah, it's stunning. And if you want to get Canadian vibes without having to go that far north, you can come to Montana. There's a lot of that beauty here as well. Glacier National Park, Yellowstone Park. I mean, most of Yellowstone is technically in Wyoming, but there's some of it in Montana as well. Oh, I love Montana. And even northern Idaho, very similar terrain. Yeah. But if you ever head up this way, you should let me know so we can get coffee or something together. So fun. All right. So I hope that resonated. Feels very powerful. It's like you're just building such a solid foundation for years and years and years to come. So it's beautiful. But just, you know, watching communication and, of course, feeling overwhelmed or overburdened, specifically in the career or shifts in either of your careers that might just make it feel like, you know, your person isn't as available or you're not as available to your person because, you know, life wants to get in the way. You're most welcome, Pika Lee. Thanks again for your lovely donation. It's always a pleasure. All right. So AJ, let's check out AJ's question. If he put it in his comment here on PayPal. Nope. Okay, go ahead and post your question, AJ. We'll get right into it for you. All right. Drink of my water. All right, AJ wants a general love reading. So let's clear the deck, tuning into AJ's lovely energy. AJ's energy, general love reading for AJ. And we have here 5 of Cups. So if this to me feels like present or maybe even recent past energy of not having a romantic connection or partner. So if that's the case, let me know. And just maybe even hyper focused on the fact that I'm single and I don't want to be. But look, there will be an opportunity in 2024 for you to find love. The 2 of Cups is like a romantic connection, soulmate connection. Doesn't always have to be romantic, but if you're specifically asking about love, which you are in this question, and you get a 2 of Cups anywhere in the reading, that's key information about your actual romantic love life. So yes. And I see you have more control here than you think you do. But you're just kind of in this, energetically, it feels like this lack with love. So if you are in a connection right now, that could look like you're just not feeling fulfilled in the connection. But if you are single, then this does make perfect sense for where you're at right now. um, feeling like everybody's got a love partner and, happy life and all that, and I'm left out in the cold. I don't have what I want, but I really want what I want, and I don't have it yet. Um, but I'm really drawn to these two little dragon guys. I think they're like little dragon guys. It's like two peas in a pod. Okay, that makes total sense with this energy. So let's see, specifically moving into 2024 for AJ's love life, just anything he needs to know about bringing in a love connection, a love match. Ooh, okay. So there's a lot of chords or stuff from the past that you're still, I don't want to say you're dwelling on it because it doesn't feel like that. It just feels more like a subconscious weight that is still with you, that you may even project this energy from past connection with the 7 of Swords. I don't know if there was cheating, lying, or just feeling completely like messed up after your last connection. And then with the 3 of Swords, this is grief, sadness, loss, heartbreak as a result of whatever happened in your most recent connection, especially if there was a marriage that ended in divorce. This could be a divorce card. As a result of feeling lied to, cheated on, stolen from in some capacity, that you may even be, without knowing it, almost just projecting the fact that this next person that you haven't even possibly met yet is going to do the exact same thing. There might be this deep-rooted fear that this last connection caused you, that this next lady is going to do it again. The exact same thing that this last lady did. And I don't see that that's actually the case, but this is showing up as actual fears that you have, maybe on a more subconscious level than like at the forefront of your mind. But if these things do come through your thought process, then you can just know there's probably still some trauma that you are, going through as a result of that last connection. All of the above, a lot of cheating and lying. I'm so sorry. Oh no, my dogs are fighting. They've never fought before. My husband's home though. Sorry. Oh my gosh. Okay, High Priestess. Sorry, that kind of took me out for a second. I was like, I don't know if you guys could hear it on the thing, but my dogs were fighting over something. They've never fought before. So the fact that this happened during your reading and we're tuning into this trauma, these wounds, it's like that is still very much there, even if you want to say, oh, I've done all this healing. And yes, healing. You've probably done a lot of healing, AJ, but it's like there are layers to healing. It's not just something we rip the Band-Aid off and, oh, we're good. Sometimes even years after something that we thought we had processed or healed or overcome, what comes back out of nowhere. And we're just like, what happened? But I love to see the High Priestess here because this is letting you know that you are using your spiritual gifts and just tuning into your own spirit to overcome a lot of this obstacle that you do sense or feel very heavy, like as a weight from your past connection into any future connection. But let's see if we can tune into the energy of your future connection, any future connection for AJ. Yeah, look, there's so much happiness and I could totally feel it. It's just there's so much from that past connection still weighing you down or almost muddying the waters of this whole new experience that you have yet to experience. So there's a lot of beauty and a lot of emotional connection and love on the horizon for you at some point. It's just a matter, 6 of Cups. It could even be someone you already know or someone from your past. Again, it does not feel like your most recent connection, like you're getting back together. No, nothing like that. We're leaving that in the past. That's what this feels like. But this could be someone you literally knew in childhood, or could be from a past life to where when you meet this person for the first time in this life in your near future or future, it feels like you've already known them or you've always known them because they just feel like such a substantial part of your life that how did I live X amount of years? I want to say 34. I don't know how old you are. It was like something with the number 34. And I know you have the number 33 here, but the number 34 seems relevant to me for some reason with this. I've been on a healing journey for the past 3 years. Well, this makes so much sense. Hi, Staffers. Hi, girl. Thinking of you. Wondering if you were on today. Yes, we're here. Merry Christmas. So if this is not, you are 35. Oh, interesting. So you had just turned, so there might be something that happened when you were 34. You're closing cycles out with this or utilizing something like an epiphany that you had during your year 34 that is going to act as like the life raft to take you to this beautiful new energy. And then again, if you don't know this person already, it's very past life connected. but it feels much more stable and secure than your most recent connection of lying, cheating, stealing, feeling left out. This person is going to be a lot different than your other person. Okay, so I hope that resonated for you, AJ. Big hugs, and it's always a pleasure to read for you. Thanks again for your donation. All right, so let me see. I think we have reached the end of the line of at least our current donations. Doesn't mean those of you that are waiting in the wings can't donate. You still can, obviously. And then we have just Sandy to do before we go. But because she's not here, I don't think, I want to do our giveaway and our drawing. So everybody who's here, we got 6 people here. So if you have not entered our drawing before, entered our giveaway, the only thing you have to do is start shouting out tarot cards right now. You can start right now. Because what I'm going to do is shuffle this deck, and I'm going to pull a card from this deck. And whoever guesses or uses your intuition to figure out what the tarot card is I'm going to pull, you will win the reading. All right. And if we're going and we're not getting it, I will narrow it down for you guys. So hopefully if you have just even a general knowledge of the tarot, you should be able to figure this out. So we'll let you guys guess, and then I will let you know. Someone gets it, or I will start narrowing it down. Linda is on a mission today. All right. So we're going to narrow it down. It is a cups card. A cups card. So ace all the way through king. So ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Page, knight, queen, king. It could be any of those of cups. All right. So use your intuition. Tune in. What do you think the card is? What do you think the card is? We're getting closer. At this point, Linda's probably going to get it. Oh, Linda got it. Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups. It's interesting. It looks more like a Page of Cups. Like if this was covered up and I had to guess, what is this tarot card? I would say Page of Cups. We've got the young mermaid here. Got the cat mermaid here. I don't know. Maybe there is a queenly vibe about it, but yay! Cute cat. Okay, what's your question, Linda? And then for those of you that are here that didn't win, but you still want to have your name entered in our drawing, put a 656 in the chat. 656. I almost said 666, but some people do take offense to that number, so we won't go there. It's actually a very feminine energy and very feminine and beautiful number, but of course it's been ruined a lot by different movies and assumptions about satanic things. And I'm sure in the satanic rituals it means just as much to them as it does to other people, but in a different way. So 656, put a 656 in the chat, and I will write your name on a paper, and then after we do all that, I will draw a new name for today's winner. Reading for your cat, Ming Ming, and health. Awesome. All right, so I think we will get right into your reading here, Linda. And anybody that wants me to write their name after Linda's reading, put a 656, and Linda did, so let's put her name on here. Linda H. All right. Linda. Boom. Linda is entered to win. Pika-lee. There we go. And we will allow those that are still here to go ahead and enter. If they know what to do, they can do it while we do Linda's reading for her cat, Ming Ming. What a cute name. And her health. Okay. So already with the Queen of Cups, it's almost like you and Ming Ming have a very intuitive bond. You know, Queen of Cups is about intuition. It's a very nurturing and motherly type energy. So if you have other animals or people in the house, maybe Ming Ming almost acts as a mother energy. But I'm also reading this partly as your energy toward her as well. But as far as her health goes, if she has been having some health challenges, she's going to be able to move through them, maybe through the use of different medication or switching up a food or something like that. She's going to be here longer. So if you're like worried that she's going to like exit planet tomorrow or anything. I don't see that at all. I see her just continuing to soldier on through life. Maybe with some assistance from you or medication or a switch of food. There's something that's changing that's going to allow her longer and to be able to really thrive, not just survive, but actually thrive. She's thriving under your care too. So, and if she is a bit on the overweight or underweight side, there could be an evening out of that. All right. So what does Linda need to know about her cat Ming Ming and her health? Okay. Knight of Cups. A lot of Knight energy and a lot of Cups energy as well. Underweight side, yeah. And it's very interesting because this cat is presenting as a very overweight kitty cat. But it's almost, again, like being able to balance that out. Maybe there's a shift to her food. Maybe you're giving her, like there's a big movement like on Facebook with like raw food diets for dogs and cats. So maybe you're giving her like raw food treats that are, make sure you do some research about like what raw foods can cats have, like certain meats and livers and stuff like that. And look for things that are really rich in vitamins and even like protein and calories to help her kind of up her weight. But if she's dealing with any kind of underlying issue that you and your vet have come to the agreement that, oh, she's got this thing or that thing, of course, keep that in mind when wanting to shift or switch her diet, maybe even talking to your vet about, what would be best to help her gain some weight and remain healthy and everything. But with the Knight of Cups, this is just about you loving her and petting her and sending her healthy vibes, all the fun things. It's like, as pet parents and pet owners, we want to, we want the best, longest, most beautiful lives for all of our pets. And I already see that you're making the most of your time with this pet, as she doesn't just feel like a pet to me though, with your energy. This feels like a member of the family. This is not just some random pet that we're feeding and we're putting up with it. No, you love this pet and you care about this pet and vice versa. So there's a mutual love and understanding between you and Ming Ming. Anything else Linda needs to know about her cat Ming Ming's health? Yeah, the Hierophant. So this is, again, about doing a lot of research, a lot of just doing things a traditional way as well. The Hierophant is about doing things by the book or traditional. Of course, so if you are wanting to switch some stuff up, maybe consulting someone who would look like a professional in the field, which would be like a vet, for what would be best for, upping her calorie intake and something that would actually be palatable to Ming Ming. Because if a cat or a dog is underweight, a lot of times it is maybe they do have an underlying health issue, but another reason would be they're just not interested in the food that's there. So they'll eat, but like it's not their favorite thing to do. But if you give them some food that's like very like palatable to them, they will go get it. Yeah. I think a trip to the vet would just be good, and just any concerns or cares that you have about getting her weight up, or maybe finding any underlying reason why her weight is on the lower side. And, just the fact that she's probably 15, 16 years old at this point. If she was very young when you got her for your son's 3rd birthday, that's an older cat. So there could be just the fact that she's aging and getting older. That's maybe a concern, and just seeing the best way you can support her and through her, senior years, because senior cat and dog needs are much different than younger cat needs. Yeah. So it all feels good though. Like, yeah, again, she's going to continue on. She's carrying on here with these Knights. She's not planning to go anywhere anytime soon. So just loving her, taking the best care of her that you can with the, help of your vet. And we have Victory here on the back. So, whatever you're going through with her and being concerned. And then we have the Sun. I mean, what better cards? So there's still a lot of time left with her, I feel. And just you being able to do what's best for her is going to increase her her 9 lives even that much farther. So yeah, very cool. Give Ming Ming a hug for all of us. She sounds so cute. Okay, so we have Linda and Pika Lee that entered our giveaway. So let's go ahead and draw today's, drawing. Let's draw today's winner. It's Linda H. But it's not today's entry. This is from a previous because I wrote your H different on today's slip of paper. So this is a very wonky H, but that's you. Linda, you also won the drawing. So double winner today, Linda. It's your lucky day. Look at that. Very fun. You were on it today. You were ready. You were ready to win. I love it. So let's see what Linda needs to know. Just anything at all. Linda needs to know. Ooh, we have offerings with wealth. Ooh, I want to get a tarot card on this wealth. It feels very 10 of Pentacles, but also 6 of Pentacles built into this kind of offerings card here. But I want to see. What does Linda need to know about this wealth and offerings? Stop it. 6 of Pentacles. That's what it felt like. 10 of Pentacles mixed with 6 of Pentacles. I could very clearly see both of those cards. So anywhere where you're feeling stifled, stuck, stagnant in your wealth is going to balance out or even out. And this can look like other people coming to help. And wealth doesn't just have to be cash money. This can be someone giving their time, their resources. Maybe someone, like perfect example for me, my brother-in-law, he sent my mother-in-law Amazon gift cards for all of us at like $25 a pop. So my mother-in-law on Christmas, she's like, okay, everybody needs to pick out something worth $25 on Amazon and I'll get it ordered. And then there's your present from Ricky, my brother-in-law. And I'm like, oh, I know what I want. I want one of those like melting, like stainless steel melting things for my candle stuff that I've been doing candle stuff, but I want to make it easier on myself. I don't have like the proper equipment. I want some proper equipment. And I'm like, oh, that's what I want. So I texted that to my mother-in-law and she's like, oh, well, I already have that. Remember the candles we made you 2 years ago for Christmas? Haven't touched it since. You can have it. And I also have all this other candle making supplies. And I'm like, yes, sweet. Sounds good. And so I was going to be just content with that. And she's like, now you need to go pick out something on Amazon as well. I'm like, oh, okay. So it's like bonus. She just had it sitting around cluttering up her place. She never had any intention to use it again. But the fact I needed it and expressed the need by sending that link out there, she's like, here, it's yours. It's like, that's what this feels like more than like just money. Although, Linda, it could be money coming in as well. But this to me, oh, you've been hit with a lot of expenses at the end of the year. This could look like maybe even talking with some of these expenses. I know like there are certain ways, like when you're paying cash for like medical bills and stuff. If you just will tell them your circumstance, sometimes they will give you a deep discount on stuff. So there might be, if you have something like that where you can talk about your circumstances or get, even sometimes talking about circumstances, especially with medical bills or, even like car tires and stuff, you can get on like a payment plan. So you're not having to shell all of that out at once. So there could be some finagling you can do just by communicating your need to this place or that place to let them know, hey, I'm definitely paying my bill, but like, can you work with me here? They can really pay off. So I would look into that if that's something that you can do with some of these end of year expenses here. All right. Very cool message coming through for Linda. Love it. Love it. Love it. All right. So now we are at 108.02. I'm going to timestamp that for Sandy. And Sandy donated last night's live stream when we were doing the first time ever something completely different than we normally do. And we were kind of planning out our year in tandem. So I was planning my writing career year as other people who were in the live were planning whatever it was for their year that they were wanting to plan. So we weren't technically doing like donation readings last night, but I did see that Sandy donated and I didn't see this until this morning. So my apologies, Sandy. Otherwise, I could have just taken care of your question at the end of that live stream. It would have been ain't no thing, but I didn't see it until this morning. So that didn't work. So Sandy, we're going to do your reading now. I'm timestamping it for you, and I will go read your question. I actually have my email popped up over here as well, so let me see if I can find it. All right. She wants to know which way. Okay, so Sandy, if you're kind of going between two avenues, do I go this way? Do I go that way? I want to kind of pull cards for each avenue. So we'll call the first one Avenue A. So you can watch, I'm going to assume you're watching this on the replay, Sandy. So you can pause it right now and decide, okay, Avenue A is going to mean this. And for some reason I say, do I move? So I don't know if you've been thinking about moving. But whatever your route is here. Option A and option B. So you right now pause or just determine what is option A, what is option B, because I'm going to pull cards for option A and cards for option B. Sound good? Which way does Sandy go? Let's get cards for option A, please. Which way Sandy's going? Ooh, the Hanged Man, feeling stuck. We also have here the Eight of Wands, though. So any stagnancy or stuck feeling you're feeling with option A, you're going to be able to move through it pretty quickly and in a very, just very quick. I mean, there's another word I'm trying to find. It feels like it's going off without a hitch. So where you might be building it up in your head, like it's going to be a lot of work, it's going to take all this time and effort, it's actually going to be easier than you think. As long as you're accounting for some of these things that might go wrong, or extra help you might need, whatever this regard is or which way you're moving. Anything you're feeling stuck or stagnant or trapped about, there's going to be forward momentum or getting out of that rut, whatever that is. I'm going to pull more cards possibly too, but let's pull some cards for option B. Which way does Sandy go? Option A, option B. So let's pull cards for option B. Queen of Swords. This is about speaking into being. This is about standing up for yourself and sometimes almost coming off as B word, but like you're not meaning to be. You're very set on what it is you want to do. So we have that energy there. But what else? Being very clear. Yeah, and then being able to slowly move forward. So I would say if you are caught between A and B, it's very interesting because you may feel stuck with this one, but will soon feel unstuck with it and move forward. And for option B, you know exactly what you want and you're going to communicate exactly what you want, but it may take a little longer than you're hoping. But I would say that the silver lining to it taking so long is it's more stable, because the most stable knight in the whole deck is the Knight of Pentacles or the Knight of Coins. The most stable. It's a really lovely energy. Even if you're someone like me that's like, I just want to do it all now, I want everything to happen now. Actually, when things just boom happen, they don't usually sustain, or they may happen, but then they come with their own can of worms of problems because it all just happened at once. So you can actually see this as like a blessing in disguise. If something for option B is taking a long time, it's just not happening for you, just know that there's a reason, and you'll know what you need to know when you need to know it. That's what I'm hearing. So you will know the information you need to know when you need to know it. So if you don't know something yet, you don't need to know it yet. Even if you feel like, but I need to know it. Because especially with this option A, it's like, I need out. I want to do this. I want to do that. But like nothing's moving forward. It will eventually though. And quickly, rather quickly with this Eight of Wands, very quick moving energy. All right. So if you didn't have like two actual options in place, because I couldn't ask you because you weren't here, I still just want to pull cards, with your question in mind. Which way do I go for Sandy? Which way does Sandy go? Which way does Sandy go? Ooh, yeah. There's options here. Even if you had option A, option B, there may be option C, option D, option E, option F, option all the way to Z, and then lapping the alphabet all over again because you're not nailed down to just one. And that could be causing this kind of almost like fight or flight response within you, like, what do I do? Which I can see why you're asking the question now. So let's get some clarity on what would be in Sandy's best interest moving forward, which way to go. Okay, we got a lot going on here. So the Eight of Swords, I think this goes more with option A, of feeling a bit stuck, Hanged Man energy. There's also an undertone of the Devil energy here of feeling like no matter what I do, it's like almost like victimhood, victim mode, which we can all get in for that from time to time. So if you're feeling like a bit of a victim right now, Sandy, don't beat yourself up. It's valid. And yeah, it's not fun to be in that energy, but I can see why you're feeling that if that's the case. So Four of Pentacles, again, this to me feels very much having to do with your stability or your security or finding a way forward. Obviously, you're wondering which way do I go. And I just saw the Chariot card in my mind as I read that again. So the way if you're trying to determine what action steps to take or where your end goal is, try to maybe write out a pros and cons list and find the list that has the longest list of pros. Which one is bringing you more in alignment with who you truly are and what you want your external life to look like? So if one of the options available doesn't feel good the whole way from start to finish, don't even entertain that. If there's one that you like, I love that outcome, but I just don't know how I'm going to get there. Do some soul searching, do some journaling, do some thinking about it. Have a think on it, or even set that intention before you go to bed to have a dream that will give you the insight, the wisdom, the synchronicity or symbolism that you need to know to make that choice to move forward for yourself. But let's just see anything else Sandy needs to know about which way to go. Which way to go? Yes. Go in the way that you feel like you're in the most control of your life, your situation. You don't feel like your sovereignty is being threatened by someone because you have to do it their way because they're the one doing X, Y, or Z, and now you got to play along. So you're taking the option or the road or the way that you feel the most empowered by. And then there we have the fastest moving energy in the deck. So when you can get massive clarity, Sandy, on just exactly what the heck it is that you want. Once you get that clarity, you will be able to move forward, and very swiftly, I might add. There's forward momentum here. So you're going to focus in or narrow down what it is you're wanting to get out of whatever this direction that you're wanting to go is. Once you hone in on that, you're going to be able to get there quicker. Or at the very least, have a game plan for which to then take your time getting there. Because you did have that Knight of Pentacles in option B. So again, slow and steady. But then the option A, if you did have two options you were kind of trying to decide between, option A was, I'm feeling really stuck, but then the Eight of Wands coming in to rescue and make everything happen quickly. But yes, Page of Wands on the back of the deck. So there might be some like epiphanies, aha moments, big ideas that are coming to you to help you decide which way to go. So I hope this resonated. I hope this helped. I feel like maybe I need to get a couple more cards just to round this out for Sandy. Just any other tidbits of info she needs to know to determine which way she should go. What does she need to know about which way to go? Medicine bag with treasure. Yes, about uncovering hidden treasure, specifically within you. So when you can tune in and connect, almost envision, like closing your eyes and almost envisioning this big treasure chest opening up in your heart space and just seeing what's in there. What's in there? It might be different from what's in Linda's treasure chest or, Pika Lee's treasure chest. I'm just picking people out of the chat here. But whatever's closest to the alignment of what your spirit wants, that's the direction to go in. Anything else for Sandy? Yeah, knowing. And you will know. So if you're confused still, even after this reading is over, I see within 2 months. And if you're on like a time crunch and you need to decide like tomorrow or next week, of course, disregard this part of the message. But if you have time to really figure out what it is you want, I see over these next 2 months, really, it does feel more like a month and some days, kind of leading up to your birthday, February 8th, right? Pretty princess is having another birthday. Sorry. But yes, this feels to me like during your birthday or leading up to your birthday, you are going to have this sense of knowing. Your intuition is going to be very on point, and trust your intuition. Trust yourself rather than all these external, especially if there's other people wanting to give you their input. I mean, it could be great if you're asking for input, but when people just volunteer input or advice to you that you did not ask for, aka unsolicited advice, don't feel like you have to even entertain their advice if it just doesn't align with you. But trust that inner knowing, especially leading up to around your birthday. You're going to know what to do. And it's going to be almost like you're like, Sandy, you should have known this all along. Like, you and your own energy, like, duh, I should have known this. Of course, this is the answer. This is the way. But even if you're a little muddy on it right now and leading up, just know that clarity is coming for you. And you don't have to be confused for much longer. And definitely by the end of these, 2 months from now, so that put us to what, February 27th, you're going to have a very clear understanding of which way to go. Very clear. Crystal clear. It's going to be very clear. Can I make that any clearer? It's going to be so clear, Sandy. So big hugs. I hope that this helped a little. Since I'm not exactly sure what area of life this is about. I mean, I don't have to know. The cards, spirit will help you, Sandy, connect the dots. I don't need to be in the know. So that's irrelevant. But I think I can sometimes use my brain to get clearer wisdom and advice if I did know what area of life you were trying to hone in on. But I think we're good. I think hopefully, fingers crossed, you got the energy and the message, the transmission that you needed to be able to move forward and decide which way to go for yourself. Big hugs, Sandy, and wishing you a late Merry Christmas and a very happy early birthday. All right, you guys, that's going to do it for us today. So I hope you had fun. Thanks again so much for all those likes, comments, shares, subscribes, donations, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see each and every one of you right back here at Harmony Portal Tarot live. And we will be back here on Friday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. See you there. All right, you guys, have a lovely, lovely rest of your week and rest of the holiday and 2003 season. All right, you guys, bye.